of mushroom. You know, like, it's got his little mushroom hat. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what a mushroom looks like. Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I am Tony.
And I'm fine.
And we're back for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Season 11 continues. Last time, the gang hit the slopes.
Yes.
Bit of a different one.
Yeah,
bit of a weird one. Did you come in my burrito?
No.
Before that, we had Frank falling out a window and Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. Good start to the season. Like, they're not like... I like Charlie McDennis too a lot, and Frank falls out the window had some good callbacks and stuff. So.
Do you know why?
Well, you're on a tangent, aren't you?
No,
oh, here we go. Buckle in.
Because I was thinking of the It's Always Sunny episodes, and it reminded me that the other week, like last week, we watched the Barbie movie, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which has obviously got Mattel in it.
Yeah,
and then you were sat next to me and you went, Hotel?
Oh, yeah. When the film started, the Mattel logo came up, and then I just went, Hotel? Ooh. You just started laughing.
Yeah. I think I looked at Phoebe next to us and I was like, nobody else knows why I'm laughing.
Yeah. There we go. We are on Season 11, Episode 4. This aired on the 27th of January 2016. Directed by Todd Biermann and written by Eric Ledgin. So Todd Biermann did not... So the last 4 have been directed by Heath Cullens. Todd Biermann's directed before. But Eric Ledgin, I believe we've never seen this writer. So something different. What can we expect?
Maybe they'll all be nice to each other.
No, that will never happen. Oh, it might. Who knows? For your actions in the description, need your own copy to watch along. Just make sure to come back. We'll talk all about it. Let's do it. Let's go.
No one believes you're in an actual movie.
You guys are gonna feel hella stupid.
Oh my!
Acting in a feature film.
Hella? Are we saying hella now?
Finally.
No, we're not saying hella. Okay.
Hella.
I never really got to say it. Hella came and went. D, can we watch something?
Never got a chance.
This is such a
I
waste
like
of
Charlie's drawing.
Symmetrical vista?
I like Charlie's drawing.
Ah. It's actually in a
Pretty
film.
early for a whiskey.
Yeah, D, I gotta hand it to you. You've been talking about doing this for years. Is that Richard Grieco? Oh, Grieco.
Face in between.
Grieco is in an art house movie?
It's a little strange. Oh, now he's being blown.
Now this makes sense. So, D, you clearly made a porn.
Guys,
Just because it's got a little sexy in it.
This is art.
What channel did you order this from?
Cinemax.
Cinemax doesn't make art.
What is Cinemax?
Director.
It's a
Where's he
porn
from?
channel.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico! Cinemax flick with a Puerto Rican pervert. Congratulations. Good thing you got us
They're
all
so
together.
judgmental.
Hey, I did not make a smut film.
Gobble that cock.
This reminds me of Joey.
Yes,
Joey and
yeah,
Friends, and
I
he was
think-
like, I'm on the copiers.
When
And
when I saw the title, it reminded me of that Friends thing. I was like, oh wait a second.
There I am.
I love how.
There I am.
Yeah.
There I am.
I love how awful they are to her. Just like they, for a split second, they were like, "Oh, I gotta have." Wait a second.
Why is Grieco resorting to Skinemax?
I mean, erotic films are very, very in. It's a fine line these days between art and smut.
The whole art world is bullshit nowadays. I mean, like, anything could be considered art. I'll bet you
That's
Charlie's
true.
doodlings could be considered art by some people.
Oh, I said I liked them.
That's because my drawings are art.
You're not an
Yeah.
artist, dude. You're drawing with chalk.
Drawing with marker and
Chalk.
like pen and stuff. I'm just eating the chalk.
Charlie, don't eat chalk.
My stomach, my stomach's little.
If your stomach hurts, eat a Tums.
What's the difference?
What is chalk?
Tom's is pretty much
Tums is
cool.
very good to draw with.
This maniac is murdered. If I hung one of Charlie's doodles in a modern art gallery, people would not know the difference.
Take my erotic memoir. Now that was art.
Please again.
That was smut.
No, dude,
Yeah.
what I do is I think I should film it. I'd be a fool not to ride this erotic tidal wave our culture seems to be on. Film it, do the next 50
So wait, they're gonna
shows,
take the mickey out of D for doing it, and
then
then
film themselves.
tasteful, it would be.
What do you think Grieco would do? He wouldn't eat chalk.
oh my god. Of course, Charlie eats chalk.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, but I just don't understand
He looks
why
like an
he's
artist
choosing
now.
to dress like Richard Grieco.
Bro, and I'm a cool bro. I just want to do a Grieco thing. I'm vibing with it.
You go mingle, and Frank and I will handle this.
He looks pretty cool.
Keep an eye out.
Hanging.
I like this one.
That's art.
Yeah.
Like that.
She loves it. She's going for it.
Wow.
What the hell are you doing?
You can't throw art in the trash.
That wasn't art, it was garbage.
Wait a second. Who's to say, really?
Well, I'm
mean-
to say it's my gallery.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, then please.
It's all about context. The story behind each piece is part of what endows it with meaning. Escaped the Nazis, painted the poor children he saw on the
Oh
street.
my. You okay there, Frank? Okay. Frank is having a moment.
He is.
His mind is blown.
Yep.
The artist that did this, his life is like total shit. I mean, like way worse than this Nazi painter. Could you tell the lady how you're? Okay, can you just explain to her how your life is garbage? So that
my
she...
life's pretty sweet, bro.
Oh my god.
He's an illiterate janitor whose mother tried to abort him. And Frank, tell her, please.
I mean,
Huh? What is it?
What we've been discussing. Tell her that Charlie's life is
his own little world.
Please, thank you.
I got one of those hella sweet lives.
Stop saying hella.
I'm just not interested.
Damn it! Why did I even bring you to?
I mean, they did not help at all.
Man enters. The room wouldn't be the only thing he'd enter that day. His name was Dennis.
I'm sorry, what is hell?
Silence. A woman's mouth is not for the exiting of words, but for the entrance of a man's dick. And then he did put it in there.
This is reading voice.
Yeah,
They
it's
have sex all
erotic
over the
reading.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening here.
What is happening?
Look. I could take this to Frank and he would finance it, but he's gross. You know, he's basically like the Cinemax of humans.
You want to make a film based on the pornographic book you're reading from.
This is my 50 Shades of Grey. The guy who wrote that gross?
It was written by a woman.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't think he did that.
This was also written by a woman and to be directed by my sister.
Oh.
What do you think?
Does that change it?
Maybe.
Because it's a woman?
D,
What do you
Maybe.
think?
you're not doing anything
Yeah.
that matters, right?
You know, I think I'm finally figuring out this editing software, and I have pretty prime time acting reel.
I doubt it. Don't show it to me. I don't.
I want to see it. I need to see it.
Pretty early for a whisk. Using a multi-tiered distribution, multi-level marketing Figuron system.
To be continued.
It's missing something, isn't it?
That's great.
There's like 3 things on it.
How would you like to direct my erotic memoir?
Art. You bring a female perspective in. It's a very interesting layer. I like that.
I think he's
Really
ready
smart of you. No,
already.
I'll do that
Yeah.
for you.
Okay, so
He's
so you'll do that, and now we just need a star.
I got an idea. Got a lot of
Is it going to be Artemis? Oh.
What about Rico, eh? I mean, Artemis was her acting friend, right? Yeah. Greco's fame.
I had a dream about boiled eggs.
He's also Greco.
Okay, so
Yeah.
What are the eggs
Dream
represent?
about boiled eggs.
eggs, you know, like
Do you not dream about boiled eggs?
You to draw something that's profound, but is also childlike and stupid to prove my point.
maybe stop telling me what to do all the time.
Okay,
So I'm gonna draw eggs that represent eggs, bro. It's gonna be hella cool, man. You know that.
Hella cool.
I'm ripping this out. I'm ripping this out. Stop ripping up my
Oh, that's a lot. Ah!
We're gonna use cricket now.
Oh, use me how? Use what part of me?
Face of Charlie's art. Got like the worst life imaginable.
That's true, I do have the worst life.
Why do you call
I
it?
like how he's embracing
Tell
it.
Charlie what to draw.
Oh, what kind of art is he going to come up with?
All right, fine. Talk
Cricket's
to me, brother.
mind.
What's up?
What is he doing? Okay. All right, well, what do you want to hear about? You want to hear about a dog orgy or when a cat bit off my toe?
Dog orgy.
Okay, now Frank, I need you to go talk to that gallery owner. Pretend you're like a high society art type.
Oh, I got this. I know these people.
All right, but play it subtle, all right?
Subtle.
I don't think there's anything subtle about him.
Subtle.
Subtle.
Hello! On Gogo Blogian Yacht Collection. John.
Hong Kong Logie. How are you spelling that?
Allow me to destroy your gallery. Bullshit. Derivative. That I love. I absolutely love.
It's pretty good.
That's just the air conditioner.
I want it. It's everything.
We're just air conditioners, breathing, conditioning the air.
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah. No?
No, it
I mean,
is.
we're just the air conditioners walking around on this planet, screwing each other's brains out.
Like that.
He's not really talking to him, isn't it?
It is.
I'm going Kablokian, eh?
Yeah.
This room won't be the only thing that I'll be entering today. It's not for exiting of words.
Shooter tits. I need a cup just to get mostly tits on this one. Lots of emotion, and I want a bit of sadness coming from your tits and action.
Coming from your where?
Cut. It's not for the exiting.
Is there really a friggin' difference between exiting and...
Hey, excuse me.
Is there a difference between exiting and entering?
But words, exit. Need a seaweed break?
Rico, you've had 15 packages of seaweed.
Guys, Richard needs a seaweed 5.
Another.
This is chaotic. It is insane.
What exactly happened in high school? Because it sounds like you had sex with a teacher.
She was a hot young librarian.
She was like 50.
Yeah, she looked good for her age.
She looked like Rick Moranis.
Moranis was in pretty good shape. Yeah. Plus, when she took her hair out of the bun, she went from Moranis to Alanis.
Gross. You were 14. So technically, you were raped.
Oh my god.
Rape a guy.
Huh?
I mean, it's cool. Like, I betted an older woman. That's cool. Right, Rico?
You know what? Let me use your pain in the scene.
What are you talking about? You can't use somebody else's pain, Rico. Do you know how acting works?
I think he's...
Touch my finger and transfer your pain into me.
It's a good idea.
I'm not touching your finger.
Good idea. I think it's a pretty good idea. Why would you not touch the finger?
Why don't you just shoot me doing the goddamn scene? I'll seduce the librarian.
Seaweed's making me a little sick. Can I get a chalk break or something like that?
He's more like Charlie than we
Look
thought.
at all these pictures.
I call this one Dog Three-Way because I was recently in a dog three-way. Actually, 4 with me, so 4-way. I was in a dog orgy.
D's incompetent and a bitch. Richard Grieco. Man is obsessed with seaweed.
You met Grieco?
What are you doing? Are you doing a Grieco thing? Yeah, I'm doing a Grieco thing.
He hasn't seen this yet.
Is he the man?
No, not really.
No.
Hello, boys!
Is that how you played it? That is way over the top.
I bought a painting for $35K.
Is nobody understanding what we're trying to do?
Sold me not a painting, a revelation.
Oh, hi,
He could be such a great art dealer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Paintings by our featured artist, Rickety Cricket. Here we have a cricket, another cricket. The artist himself.
Heyo.
He literally has the worst life imaginable.
He ain't lying.
He does look awful, doesn't he?
That hair is perfectly placed.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk numbers. I feel like it should be.
Hey guys!
Oh no, now
Figured this
what?
is a perfect place to premiere my directorial debut.
No, D.
Oh god. Ugh. I'm scared. Do we need to know? First for knowledge.
Come on, no, D. This is ridiculous.
She's got good at editing, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, Hoser, remember when I raped you in the library? Hoser, 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 Hoser.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry. That was that's not part of the whole thing.
Charlie's face.
What do you think it's all worth?
Millions.
Oh, well, right, but how much are you willing to pay for it?
No, I'm really not interested.
You own an art gallery.
I rent an art gallery. Or accurately, my parents rent one for me.
What?
So that painting I bought from you is worthless?
Worth exactly what you paid.
I want to sell it back.
Okay. In that exchange, it would only be worth what I would pay for it. Nothing.
Oh my god, it's the worst.
Stuff art.
I think I can sum this all up. Just because you make some art, it doesn't mean that you're an artist. But also, it does. But does it mean that art
Max
is
face.
good art? A lot of modern art is trash. I mean, it's shitty. It's a fine line between Depp and Grieco, between Banksy and Charlie. It makes it very difficult to determine what's good art.
Charlie's
what's
Banksy.
What has
Oh, sold it.
But if one thing has become abundantly clear to me today, is that I wasn't raped.
Not getting over that, are we?
The whole thing was mutual. And the woman in no way looked like Rick Moranis.
She totally did. I remember her. Remember her? Yeah.
I wouldn't even sleep with her.
best line of the whole thing there.
So good. What a cut. There's so many good cuts in that. My God. Well, there we go. As soon as they started talking about art, I was like, oh, here comes Ongo. Here comes Ongo Gablogian.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
That was D Makes a Smut film, right?
I can't even remember.
Yeah. See, that's why. Do you see how I couldn't remember like exactly what happened in this episode? Because the title, D made a smut film.
Oh. Do you know what made me laugh about this though?
Yeah.
Because I started reading books.
Okay.
That were the dark romance.
You started reading porn, is what you're saying.
The funny thing is, like, literally last night, Jen was like, just continue to read your smut.
Lord,
so when they were talking about it, I'm like, this is so relatable.
Were they written by a woman, perhaps?
I don't know. I don't
See, if a man wrote it, would it be weird and creepy? But when a woman writes it?
I don't know.
It's mysterious and sexy.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think of the episode? He made a smut film.
It was good.
Yeah.
I also really liked, beginning of the episode, I was so distracted by everything else going on. I'm like, I really like Charlie's drawing.
Yeah.
And then it turned out like...
That was a big part of the episode.
So,
yeah.
It was like, some people think this is art. And it's like, I liked it.
Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting one. I can't say that, I do feel like this season so far has not been as strong as, last season.
Yeah.
I still think it's funny. I laughed a lot, and I still enjoy a lot about it. And there's, but not as high as the highs we've had. But still great. Still wonderful.
High.
It's hella cool.
Yeah.
That's how we start the episode, is D has made a film.
Yes.
She's finally made... Well, she's been in a film. She's acted. She's done
Looks
it.
like they're doing a little movie premiere. D's for it.
Like how D's like, we don't care about this. It's like, they're so awful to her.
When they see the director come up and they're like, oh.
Well, first of all, they see the sunlight rise and they're like, oh, that's a nice shot. This could be quite cool.
And the director, and then she's like, oh, it's a foreign...
And they're like, oh, really? Whoa.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And then D starts acting and it seems quite like a legit film.
But her acting is what she does as a job, so is it acting?
What do you mean?
It's her behind a bar.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's literally, she hasn't got to act.
No.
That's what she does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how often does she do that in real life, So, yeah. But there's a moment where, Mac is like, oh, this is pretty good, D. And then, wait a second, is that Greco? And then they kind of change it. It's like, you made a porn.
Yeah.
Wait, he's getting blown right now. I love how D's
trying to get
in the shot, constant. There was even a little gap between them, and her face was
just there.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, you made a porn. It's like, no, I didn't. It's like, where's the filmmaker from? It's like Puerto Rico. They start laughing. It's like, what channel did you get this from? Cinemax. It's like,
of course.
You made a porn. I love that. Just laughing about it. Yeah. And I love how awful they are to her. They're just, There was a split second where they were slightly in, but then they just,
And we're at the pub, aren't we?
Yeah, and they're talking about the film again. There's this is just, they're kind of, basically Max talking about art, saying anything can be art nowadays. Yeah. Even Charlie's drawings, and he's an idiot, or he's Charlie's like, well, they're art, because...
They're my art.
They're my art. I drew them. Of course it's art.
Yeah.
It's like, but you're drawing with chalk. It's like, I'm not drawing with chalk.
I'm drawing with markers. I'm eating the chalk.
So why are you eating chalk?
I've just got a bit of a funny belly.
It's I have Tums. Do you know what Tums is? It's like
Is it like Gaviscon? Rennies?
They're like tablets, but
Rennies?
I don't know. I've never had one. They're like chalky tablets.
I think it's like a
Because it's like what's opposite to acidic? It's
alkaline.
Alkaline. Yeah, I was going to say alkaline. Why didn't you say it? Anyway, yeah. They're like alkaline.
Dennis. Jesus Christ.
Damn it! It was you earlier with Breaking Bad. I was going to say that, but I didn't say it. Yeah, so they're like those. So they're basically like... It's like, no, I draw with the Tums.
They're like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
This is where we found out that Dennis has the idea to
I wrote here,
movie.
chalk equals tasty, Tums equals art.
Lovely. But yeah, Dennis has decided he's going to make a movie from his erotic novels.
Yeah, why can't I make them into a movie?
So Dennis is on that mission, and Mac
He's basically
is
saying like I won't make it like this. It won't be smut. It'll be like high art. It'll be like
And Mac is gonna try and disprove that Charlie's art is art.
Yeah. So they end up going to an art gallery.
Yes. Looking around.
But Charlie's vibing.
Yeah.
He's vibing with it.
Changed his outfit.
He's looking like Grieco, Richard Grieco.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing?
Like, just mingle.
Just go over there. Get out of here.
Mac puts the painting up next to another picture.
And they're both, him and Frank, are like, oh, I love this one. Ooh. And then the
What
woman
is this?
kind of looks at it. And what did you think she was going to do?
I thought there was going to be this like, oh my god. But no, she chucks it in the bin.
Well, it turns out all the art there is hers. So,
Yeah.
you know, she must have known.
Yeah, she was like,
They're like, what were you doing with that art? You can't just chuck art away. She's like, oh, that wasn't art. That was garbage.
Yeah.
So, well, what's the difference between this and that on the wall? Why is that art and this isn't?
This is where Frank has his moment of looking.
Well, she starts talking about context. It's all about context.
Yeah.
He painted this when he escaped from the Nazis. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we get Nazis again.
He went to Paris and
the
drew on the children that he saw and something, and then Frank looks at him, just gets absorbed into the story.
See like flashes of images and
Yeah.
stuff, and the butt explosion.
Yeah.
So good. I love where does it then cut to? I don't know. I think Max then still trying to like. He get like here's the artist. There is context. Like his story is awful. His life is awful. It's terrible.
She's like, I've got a good life. I'm
Charlie's-
just working in the bar.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
pretty
what
cool.
are you doing?
It's like his life's terrible. He what does he say about Charlie's life? I can't even remember.
He did say at one point that his mum tried to abort
Yeah,
him.
his mum tried to abort him, and Frank tell him, and then Frank's like, "What?
What's
What we've been talking about this whole time."
I don't know.
Love how out of there they are. And like Max like, why did I even bring you guys?
Yeah.
Like this is the worst. Yeah. I wrote Charlie Hella Sweet Life.
Yeah.
Hella just reminds me of Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Because she would say Hella in that.
So we see Dennis.
He enters the room, but that would not be the only thing he enters that day.
That day.
And he just talks about the woman's mouth is not the only exiting of
Words exits the woman's mouth, but but her mouth will also be entered by his dick.
Yeah, it's not even like this is a take on. They literally mentioned 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Do you know how 50 Shades of Grey started? Right? It's a Twilight fanfiction.
Sure.
She wrote it as a Twilight fanfiction, and then it became its own thing. That's how 50 Shades of Grey became.
Again?
Yeah. No,
I've not actually read the book. I've
No.
seen the film.
Yeah, I don't know how it connects. Or obviously, she probably had to change it up when it was written as the book because obviously copyright and stuff. But yeah, that's how it started. And like, I've never read it. I've never watched the films, but from my understanding, it's trash, right? It's just kind of trashy, right? I've heard it's not very good writing either, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
That's just what I've heard.
I haven't read the book.
Yeah. But this is what it's a take on those smutty books, right?
Yeah.
That are just kind of and it kind of I feel like it does play on a way in that because like she says, but do you think the guy who wrote or the man who wrote 50 Shades of Grey, like I can't remember what he says, but she's like it was written by a woman, and she was like, I know, yeah.
I know that.
So was this. This was written by a woman.
And directed by a woman.
It will be directed by a woman and whatnot, yeah.
She's like, oh.
I feel like that's kind of a play in a way on like, are most of the like kind of those sort of books written by women? I feel like they are. Because their audience,
them are.
The audience is mostly women for those books, right?
Yeah.
I'd imagine. I could be completely
I don't
wrong.
know, men are getting into them. If you go on to...
Not only thing they're getting into,
You're not on TikTok, to be fair.
No.
But there's a side of TikTok called Book Talk.
Where are you going with this, Claire?
No,
are you outing yourself for something?
No. It's a side called Book Talk,
Okay.
where people talk about the smutty books they're reading.
Okay.
But like, there's some videos that pop up that men are discovering Book Talk, and they're like, what are all these women into?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like, women write these books, and like,
Well, there's definitely an audience for them if people are reading and writing them.
And now
so,
men
like,
are starting to find it like, these women are reading about some sick stuff. Because, yeah.
It is weird, because like, it comes up with the whole argument in this episode about art as well.
Yeah.
Like, can that be considered art? And like, it has its audience, so why not make it, and why not sell it, and why not? But could
There'll
we be
always
writing better
someone
things? I don't
interested.
know. Yeah. If someone has an
Do you know,
audience,
it
people will
reminds
pay
me-
for it. Yeah.
It reminds me at one point when someone changed the door codes. I can't remember what they changed it to.
No, that was us, Claire. That was literally us. Yeah. We changed it to rule.
Was it us?
Yes.
I'm not admitting to that.
Yeah, we did. Like,
we
because
did.
you were trying to come up with a code. This was before I changed the door codes, and you were trying to come up with one, and then I came up with it because I said it was the number I remembered because I hang out on the internet. I can't even rule 34. Rule 34.
Oh yeah, it was like 0034, and then people were like, "Why did you do that?" And we're like, "The 34 rule of the internet. That
It's a
everything
bit-
can be porn."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
It's
it
a
reminds
bit different
me.
from like. Yeah.
It's just you say the art, like, as long
Yeah.
as someone's into it, all it takes is one person to be interested in something.
Well,
to
that's
make
the
it art.
argument with this episode as well. Is if someone's willing to pay something for something, that's how
Yeah.
much it's worth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it that leads to like things being well overpaid for and priced for like
I
for when
remember
they
there's
don't need to be. But
There's a big art studio in London. Tate Modern, is that?
yes,
Yeah. I remember going there.
That's the building in Mission Impossible where they
Is
go
it?
up the giant tower. That's
Oh.
the Tate Modern. Yeah. Do you know at the end when he chases Superman up? And he's on top of it at the end, and the
Oh.
helicopter takes off. Yeah, that's the Tate Modern.
Okay, but I remember
Yeah.
going there and was looking around a bit, and like I get art. I'm not really one for looking at art.
Yeah.
I guess like I'll go to museums and stuff.
Wait, we
and
went,
look.
right?
Oh wait, was it with you?
How do you keep forgetting stories about me being with you? What the hell?
Why did we go to the Tate Modern? Was it for my birthday?
We were in London.
We went for a London day out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot Tony was.
Forgetting I'm there. Like, you just erased
Okay.
me from history. What the fuck?
But do you remember we went into one of the exhibitions,
Yeah.
and there was just like a canvas that was
Oh,
painted
it was
yellow.
Like, it was red. There was one that was just red. Yeah.
Yellow, and we were like, "Why is this art?
Yeah.
There is, it's
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
get it.
colour."
I just do not get it. It is mad. Like modern art, like I just don't understand.
It was just one colour painted on a canvas. So I'm like, I could pick a colour.
Well,
and
it goes
paint
to that argument of the woman who had the unmade bed, right? And
Yeah.
that was like like a big art thing.
Yeah, it's so weird. Art is a weird
Yeah.
thing. Like I like going to like museums and stuff where like I've seen the Mona Lisa in Paris
Yeah.
and stuff. Like there is like the fine detail of creating like a picture like that
Yeah.
looks so realistic. Like I get that bit of art,
Yeah.
but I think it's the abstract more
Yeah.
stuff that I'm like, I could draw a circle.
Yeah. It is bizarre, like the
But
modern
then
art
they
kind
sell
of
for
stuff,
like
but-
millions, and I'm like,
Yeah,
can I just
it's
draw
strange.
a circle?
It
Can
is
I draw a
strange.
picture like Charlie and then?
But it's anything. Like I like the I like the whole argument of what is art, like kind of thing,
Yeah.
because it's been brought up before. I love video games. Clearly, I'm always wearing video game t-shirts, but it's always brought up like our video games art and like
yeah,
what.
Such a personal thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but anything can really be art to you if you
Yeah.
enjoy it and it
got
has
a-
meaning to you.
We've got a
No,
such a
but that's the
passion
whole
about art,
like
yeah.
kind of thing with this episode. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. Don't worry, we'll come up with another story where Claire's forgotten over there. I can't believe that happened twice in this same discussion. It kind of cuts away from Dennis and he goes to D's and he's like, "D, you're not doing anything important, right? Like, let's talk about me."
She's
I
like,
love that.
I've just got the hang of editing.
You can edit for us if you
Look,
want.
watch.
I've got a portfolio. He's like, "No, I don't need to see." And she
Yeah.
plays it. I love how it's free things.
Yeah.
What
To
was-
be continued.
What was the first? So the first thing was the film she was
Yeah.
in, which is cool. You start off with your good stuff. You start off with the
Yeah,
good
yeah,
big
yeah.
bits, you know, and then move on to the lesser stuff. Next was the Invigoron
Yeah.
advert, and then what was the last one? I'm just forgetting. How am I forgetting? There was a third one, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
the zombie.
The zombie from is it Charlie and Mac make a movie or Dennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, the zombie, and then it just has to be continued. Like
I do love the fact
it's
that
terrible portfolio.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The other time that we've seen Dennis want to make a movie it was also porn.
Well, oh yes, of course.
Like,
That's
it's a running theme.
and it's so funny how Dennis thinks his stories and the way he's telling them are so higher brow.
Yeah.
Like then, what was happening in Dee's film, which didn't really, like she said, like a lot of stuff nowadays. Like in films, there are sex scenes and there have been sex scenes.
Yeah.
It amazes me because we've had this discussion before in like when we played video games and stuff, but like the whole discussion of sex versus violence, like. You can't show any sex or anything nowadays because people get so uptight about it, and it's like weird because with Oppenheimer, there was these whole articles about it's 15-minute sex scenes, blah, blah, blah. And then in the end it's just like boobs. It's like, it's like, so when did we become so like what's the problem? Like it's just boobs. Like I don't understand. Like,
I think we said this. Like you'll go around in a game shooting a gun at everyone.
Yeah.
But you can't have a boob.
Yeah.
Nipples are frowned upon.
They are frowned upon. You cannot have them. But anyway, that's another discussion, yeah. And basically, Dennis is like, you're going to direct my film. She's like, you want me to direct it? Like, of course, a women's perspective, you need that. Yeah, and he's already like, it's like, I'm regretting this. Yeah. So there we go. We cut Charlie.
Yep.
Drawing eggs.
Yeah.
Had to be eggs.
Why eggs? I was having a dream about boiled eggs.
Just eggs. Dreaming about what do the eggs represent? Just eggs.
Boiled eggs. So we need more story.
Yeah. It's like, and like even because Charlie's still doing the Greco thing. Like, it's like I don't understand what you're doing this for anymore. Is it for like to prove a point or for money or what? Because like Mac is like, we need to sell this. Like I can't sell this. It's like, and then they bring in. Cricket is
going to be the story guy. He's going to be the face.
He's going to be the face of the artist. You're going to draw the art.
Because
whoa, what the hell, man? That's not fair. Like, He's like, oh, you got that right. My life does. I mean, his life is awful, but thanks to them. Like I said, I like how Cricket's kind of embraced it in a way.
Yeah,
it's weird
because they say we're going to use Cricket, and he's like, wait, what body part and what?
Yeah, he instantly goes to that.
Yeah. And then Cricket sits down with Charlie.
Charlie's like talking or whatever.
Yeah, talk to me. What's going on?
But I love how Cricket's like, what is he doing? He's like doing a Greco thing. He's like, oh, okay.
This is where Cricket was like. So
the way he said it, delivered it was so good. David Hornsby. Sorry, go.
So what do you want, like dog orgy, or he says something else?
My toe got bitten off by a cat. Or
and
something.
then Charlie's like, we'll go with dog orgy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mac is talking to Frank. It's like, you need to go to the art gallery, play an art dealer.
Yeah, and get her down.
Yeah,
to
buy
our
stuff.
Art show.
Just play it subtle. It's like, subtle. Oh, go Gablogi! I can't do it.
Like white.
His wig.
Bob wig.
What did you think of Ongo Gablogi?
He definitely like.
I love how you
radiated art dealer.
You said it completely wrong, and then you're like, "How are you spelling that?" Like,
yeah,
he radiates an art dealer. Very charismatic.
I'm going to tell you about your art. A bullshit.
Derivative.
Ooh, what is that? It's the air conditioner.
I love it. It's so good. And he like starts saying how
we're all air conditioners. We all bring in the air and condition.
We run hot. That runs cold.
Yeah.
They're just air conditioners walking around screwing each other.
I like he then looks and then he sees that picture and it flashes again. He's like, you again.
Yeah. What do you think of Ongo Gablogian then?
He's vibrant.
So good. There's a video of Frank, of Danny DeVito and his daughter actually, who's been on the show twice.
Oh.
His daughter. So his daughter was in, I think it was the very first episode where, I don't know if it was the first episode. Frank went on a date with a woman he knew. And then he said she was too old for him. And the waitress that came over...
Okay, I wonder where that was going. Then that was like...
The waitress that came over was his daughter. And Frank eyes up the character. And is his daughter playing that part. It's so weird. And then in The Gang Find Dumpster Baby, that episode... she comes up to the pram and is like, oh, it could be a Gerber baby, and gives them the idea of that. So, his daughter's been it. But anyway, there was a video with Denny and his daughter, and they were talking about, like, Always Sunny, like, tattoos and stuff, and people have tattooed Ongo Gablogian on them.
Really?
Yeah, and, like, Rumham, and, yeah. It's just, I think, like, the thing about Danny as well, he says he loves doing this show because he gets to do so many crazy...
Yeah.
It's just fun. And he has so many different characters.
There's
like,
no limits as well, I feel like. Oh,
No.
she could just really
Frank
run
has had
with
so
it.
many different characters. Trash Man,
Yeah.
Man Cheater,
Yeah.
Ongo Goblogian.
Yeah.
I'm probably forgetting a lot. Who else is there? It's probably done something else. Yeah, but it's great. It's really
Gone
good.
bald.
Yeah, so... we cut to them filming the film with Greco.
Yes.
And it's
It
just a
keeps
lot of
getting
close-up
some-
of boobs.
Yeah, it keeps getting the lines wrong.
And... So what's the
Cut.
difference between exiting and entering? And even Dennis is like, what do you mean? They're two different things.
And he's like, I need a seaweed break. And he's like, this is like his 20th seaweed break.
Yeah. It's so weird.
And then he's like, says something about, doesn't Dennis say that he'll do it?
Well, Dee says something about
Something about a library scene. And he's like,
the librarian and whatnot. And
Yeah.
it sounds like a lot like... Oh, she's asking about who it was. And like Dennis is like... Because they say she like was 50 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but she looked good for her age. It's like, no, I don't. I remember her. She looked like Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
You know who Rick Moranis is, right? Come on, you got to know him from... It looks exactly like Rick Moranis.
does. He does.
It's from Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids and
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors, yeah. Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I heard a really sad story about him. I believe he stopped acting because I think it was like his wife was very ill or something. So yeah, it's sad, but yeah. It's like, no, when she put her hair down, she looked like a totally different person. It's like, it sounds a lot like...
So you were 14 and she was 15.
Yeah.
So she raped you.
It's like, well,
men can't get raped.
She's
I
like,
wanted it as much as she wanted it.
And Dee's like, and then Greco's like, I'm going to use your pain as...
Yes, touch my finger.
Touch my
Radiate the pain
Let
to me.
the pain pass through to me.
Yeah, Dennis is like...
I'm not touching your finger. No, what? No, I'm just going to do it
I'll
myself.
just play this part.
What do you think about this whole situation?
I don't know. The best line is next, though.
Yeah?
Because
Greco, yeah.
My belly, I feel a bit sick. Have you got any chalk?
I need a chalk brand. I feel better. It's funny how Charlie's trying to be like him, and then Greco's more like Charlie than anything. It's really funny. But we cut to the art show at the pub, basically. Cricket's talking to a woman. He's like, "Oh, this is when I had a freeway with dogs.
Yeah.
Actually, it's four-way. It's like it's an orgy with dogs.
Yeah.
You know. Basically, I don't really know what else they talk about, but Frank turns up and he's got his stuff, and like
They're
Mac's like,
"This is not
"That is not
sensible."
so adore." And Frank's like, "That's how they all are." Like,
He comes in with a trolley with an air conditioner and
Yeah.
a painting that he paid 35,000 for.
Yeah.
They're like, what? And it's like, I had to fit the part. That's what people pay. That's what they do.
Like, this wasn't the point. I'm trying to make the point that anything could be art, not like,
And then the art dealer, the gallery owner comes in. He's like, look at this. Look at all this art or whatever.
Yeah. I can't remember. I really like the interaction between Ongo Goblogian and her.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they say, but it's really funny. I just like, Ongo's so funny.
Because this is where D, like...
Well, first he looks around at all the art. It's like, oh, here's a cricket. There's a cricket. And here's a cricket.
Cricket.
Yeah. It's like, his life's
Our
awful.
artist, Rickety Crick.
Yeah. His life's terrible. It's like, yeah, it's awful.
It's awful.
And then I think that's when D comes out.
Blurts in with the TV and it's like...
My
"That's an
directorial
art show."
debut.
Yeah.
So, no, we don't want to see that. And it's just an edited video about how Dennis was raped. So, it's all set to this music, and the way it's revealed as well is really funny. And then it shows a picture of the teacher.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Oh, he had a thirst for knowledge, but they had a thirst for each other.
Yeah. Dennis is like, what?
And then Dennis basically goes on a rant about art, and he's like, I finally understand it.
Yeah.
Oh, because like they talk to the gallery owner, she's like, so what will you pay for this stuff? She's like, nothing. Oh no, I'm not buying. I'm just a gallery owner. Well, actually, I don't own a gallery. Well, my parents pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like, Yeah. It's like, well, so that thing I sold was worth nothing? It's like, well, no, it was worth 35,000 to you.
Well, I want a refund then. She's like, oh, well, I would only pay what I think it's worth, and that's nothing.
It's nothing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, this opens up the whole argument of buying, like, how much you're willing to pay for something is kind of how much it's worth, right? But I guess Frank, well, maybe it is worth that to Frank because he had a connection with it.
Yeah.
But it kind of opens up the whole, there's recently been, like, inflation of prices of like Pokemon cards and
Barbies.
Yeah, well, I guess they're kind of more, those two examples I'd say are kind of more grounded, more real. Whereas VHS tapes have been inflated and old video games as well. And it's like,
Barbie's
why?
been inflated just because of the Barbie movie.
Well,
because
that makes
it's got
sense.
popular that they've now bumped up the prices.
Yeah, but that makes sense. But like, why is a copy of Super Mario Bros. Selling for $1 million? Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
How many is there?
There's so many Super Mario Bros. There's so many copies of it. Like, there's millions. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's because it's like one of the first copies or something.
Yeah.
And then they're like a copy of Back to the Future on VHS sold for like hundreds of thousands. It's like, but why? Like,
because people just
you can get it on Blu-ray. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like, but again, if someone's willing to pay that, but it's opened up the argument of, are these, because they're graded by websites for how good condition they are, and it's like, well, are these websites legit? Like, who's to say how much something grades? Like, just because they say it's like that good, like why? And it's like a whole they're inflating prices of things. The retro video game market has been ruined. I have not bought games for a while because I used to buy them all the time because they were pretty good to get a hold of. Nowadays, it's insane.
Yeah.
But
now
anyway.
you just buy all the games now, which will soon be retro in 20 years, so you'll all be good.
Exactly. So, but anyway, Dennis basically talks about how he understands it all. It's like, art could be anything. It's like, whatever you think art could be art, whatever is not good at me, it's whatever. But most importantly, I love their faces during this as well. Max kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, why? This clears up nothing. None of the argument. But most importantly, I was not raped.
So fixated on that one part.
She didn't look like Rick Moranis.
No.
And Charlie's like, yeah, she did. I remember her. She's horrible. It's like, and Crick is like, I wouldn't even sleep with her. And then it cuts. It's so good. That's a good ending. Yeah, there we go. That was D made a smut film.
Yep.
What an episode. We have been talking for a long time in this one.
We did go on a rant.
Yeah, we went on a few different rants, but there we go. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back for episode 5 next time. But next on the channel is Person of Interest, where we're dealing with the aftermath of a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, tune into that. Otherwise, we'll see you for some more Sunny. We're getting ever so closer to the part where I haven't seen.
Yeah.
End of season 12, last episode onwards, I have not seen. So that should be fun. I think at the end of this season, I think it's this season, we won't be watching bloopers because I think season 11 and 12 are bundled together.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to watch both seasons, then watch the... I think it's this season. But yeah, there we go. But thank you again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.